सल्ली अला रसूलिहिल करीम अम्मा बाद अऊज़ु बिल्लाहि मिनश शैतानिर रजीम बिस्मिल्लाहिर रहमानिर रहीम रब्बि ज़िदनी इल्मा Assalamu alaikum and adab to all of you, all the dignitaries, ladies and gentlemen present over here. I would like to welcome all of you to this program of awareness, organ donation and tissue transplant. This program is being organized by the Dept. of Home Sciences and Dept. of Bioresources, University of Kashmir, on the directions of our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Nilofer Khan, and Worthy Registrar Dr. Nisar Ahmed Mir Saab, to have general understanding, education and awareness regarding the organ donation and tissue transplantation, which we are going to extend to stem cell biology in the near future as well. Before going to the proceedings of the workshop and this awareness program, I would like to inform this august body that recently there were NIRF rankings which was out for the all over across the India for all the universities. And let me inform you that our University of Kashmir has been ranked 33rd among all the universities in India. And our university is the only university from UT of Jammu and Kashmir which is falling in the top 50 universities of the country. So that is a big achievement for us. With a leap of 20 slots, it means it was a quantum jump. For that, this would not have been possible with the work of all of us in collaboration from faculties, non-teaching, students, scholars, everybody. But as we always say that the ship is led by the captain and the vice captain. And here I refer to the Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Nilofer Khan, who is the captain of the ship, and the registrar, who is the vice captain of the ship. And we hope that that will lead us the same way in the NAC accreditation, which is coming due to next year, that we will be achieving more than 3.5 score and we will be graded A++. Let us hope for the same, and we congratulate and wish them.
In fact, it's a great moment, and I really congratulate the organizers for thinking of this particular orientation, or I must say awareness. As far as I know, I think this is the first of its kind in the university, and very well thought of to have in the university, because as we know that as per the new education policy 2020, there have to be the collaborative programs, whether it's with medical fraternity, whether it's with engineering fraternity or any other collaborative institutions. And very true, our doctors are the lifeline of our society, and as a premier academic institute, it's very important for us to address the issues of medical. And I think this particular one is very important, because as so far, even amongst the educated classes, we do not have so much of awareness. My earlier speakers from this medical field have very well explained in very simpler words about today's program. And as I see, number of speeches are going to be there, and very important topics have been chosen. I'm sure they'll be of very immense importance, immense information and knowledge to everyone who will listen to them, and especially I refer to the youth. At the end, I think we have to give a thought to it and move on with this type of mission in our society, and let's see where we reach. I feel that today it's a preliminary sort of a discussion, preliminary sort of a program. We need to move on with this, as Dr. Salim Wani, Saurabh Bhagatji, Dr. Parvez Kohl and Dr. Ilyas Sharma said, definitely there's lots of scope in our own system to have advocacy for this type of program, and let's see how we develop, how we move on. And from University of Kashmir, I think definitely many more these types of awareness program need to be conducted. Dr. Manzoor was, saying about the awareness of breast cancer. Definitely, I look forward to Saurabh Bhagatji for some kitty from his side in order to have a international conference on this, and from university side, whatever I can provide, maybe a venue and some lodging or anything like that, definitely will take care of that. But I think it's the need of the hour to have such conferences, and see how we move forward. We have now a few more medical colleges that have been added. They are again our sport, Handwara Medical College, Anantnag Medical College, Baramulla Medical College. So when we look back, we can see how our medical system has enhanced, but we further need to build up their capacity, build up their infrastructure. Dr. Salimani has, very rightly said, we have to improve our infrastructure. This is the age of technology. We have to take the pace with the technology, and our infrastructure has to, develop, whether it's University of Kashmir, whether it's Government Medical College, Srinagar Government Medical College, Anantnag, Baramulla or Handwara, or of course our SKIMS, which is one of the leading institute not only in the UT but in the northern region. We have to see how we can improve the facilities for that. Definitely Saurabh Bhagatji is one of the ambassador to advocate on this, and let's see how we move forward. I once again congratulate the collaborators for this organ donation and tissue transplant awareness program workshop, which has been jointly organized by our Department of Bioresources, Home Science, in collaboration with Jammu and Kashmir State Organ and Tissue Transplant Organization and JK Science Technology and Innovation Council, Jammu and Kashmir. And I do look forward for any type of collaboration, whether it's SKIMS, whether it's any GMC which wants to collaborate with with the University of Kashmir, or for in any department, we are always there. I think definitely we should do it. I still feel this is a smaller group, but I am sure it will move forward. It will be like a movement. It has to be like a movement, and inshallah, I think we'll achieve it. With these words, thank you very much, and I am very grateful to all the our guests who are over here, whether they are on the dais or off the dais. This shows the commitment that our medical fraternity have towards well-being of our society. Thank you very much.
This particular cause is not only very close to my heart, but also a very important cause for our state in general. We all know that so many individuals across the country, especially in such a large country with a huge population like India, they lose their life because of non-availability of organs. And there are various types of models in the world for organ donation. But there are certain European models which are very fantastic models. Before coming to them, I would like to tell you that almost about 6 to 7 lakh odd people across the country are anytime waiting for a kidney transplant. A similar number is looking for a liver transplant. Very significant number of people are looking for eye transplants. And while we have such a huge donor population available in the country, but because of the certain legal provisions that we are having, and also because of superstition and religious issues, we have not been able to evolve towards this direction. And the kind of hardship that the family goes through when there is an organ failure is quite significant. And not only it is the psychological and emotional hardship, but also the financial hardship. There is a full mafia which started operating right from the 70s and 60s, where a kidney donor was organized, and a very huge amount of money running into even lakhs, even sometimes crores is spent for extraction of these. And also a lot of people started almost trading with these commodities in a very heartless kind of a manner. Now with such a large population and availability of so many donors, it's a very sad story that still a person has to wait for years together, and a lot of people lose their lives because of it. Now when I had gone to European Union various European countries are discussing about various possible models. And as our worthy speaker, Director Skill mentioned about the Spanish model, Spain is having the highest donor rate in the world. Now, there is a very beautiful option in the legal provisions called opt-out. The concept is like this, that if a particular person passes away in these countries, mainly Austria, Spain, Belgium, and 17 such countries, automatically it is deemed that the organ is donated. So there is basically a option, unless you opt out, automatically the organ goes to the government, and then government looks for the best possible donor, and which is a very beautiful model. There are some other countries in which includes our own country, India, United States, Germany, Luxembourg, India, UK, Bulgaria, Australia, Brazil, Canada, Chile, Cambodia, and so on and so forth. Almost 20-30 odd countries where the concept is of opting in, where you have to specifically take the effort of approaching a good organization like under the NOTO, ROTO, and the other organizations which have been created. And this organization, you have to actually opt for organ donation. Secondly, there are religious issues which do not require too much of elaboration. There are superstitious beliefs that if you give an organ, you will be born in the next birth without organ, etc., which I think in the 21st century is a very primitive kind of a theory. We must ensure not only our religious leaders also, but also from various religious preachers, when they interpret religions, it should be done in a favorable way so that it favors the society. So this is a very, very important cause, and I think all the students here and the entire University of Kashmir and the broader forum which is here, we must educate people that they should opt out use the opt-out option. And if at the government level, I believe that we should also follow suit for those countries which have giving this default option. Just because of this default option, the countries which are having the opt-out option, the percentage of donation per million is above 50. While in our country it is less than 1 per million, which is an extremely low number. This will translate into a lot of improvement in life expectancy. Organ donation is one part. Second is the other second part, the tissue donation, and there also a lot of inroads have happened. So I think we not only need to beef up the legal legislative system, but also change the mindset of people. Secondly, for organ donation, there are a lot of other infrastructural issues that we lack. For instance, some organs can only be harvested after a particular period of time. So we do not have those kind of facilities available that immediately that organ, even if somebody wants to donate in a rural remote area. So therefore, our health department, medical education department needs to strengthen those aspects also. But the very fact that we are sitting in this August gathering and worthy Vice Chancellor of the university and the head of this department and Director Skims and the Registrar Sahab, we are discussing about this matter, means that we are sensitive. And I think this cause will go to a great level. And I am very happy that the Science and Technology Council of the state has been associated with such a noble cause. And for this, if we have to prepare any awareness videos, or if we have to reach out to a large number of people, and if we have to go to all the accredited the colleges under the university, I am sure this is also equally important cause, as was the cause of breast cancer. Or recently we did something about the waste to energy proposal. I'm very happy that the kind of topics which are being picked up by this university are very important, and I think complete support of the government of J&K is committed to this cause.
It's indeed a pleasure to be here, and I must thank the Department of Bioresources and the Department of Home Sciences for having organized this program on organ transplantation and awareness of organ transplantation. And this is what he said, save a life after a life, and that is not necessarily after a life. You can save a life while you are living yourself as well. So that is the general convention for transplantation in the country and in most of the countries in the world. So if we talk of organ transplantation, the essential issue is to give a part of your body to another person, to let him live and let him enjoy the benefits of a normal functioning tissue in his body, while his own tissue has already perished. The first donor was Ronald Herrick, who donated in 1956 his kidney to his twin brother. And then transplantation picked up slowly, and it was regarded as one of the marvels of modern science. And as a result, Joseph Murray, he was a urologist, and his colleague John Merrill, who was a nephrologist. They received the Nobel Prize for Advancement of Organ Transplantation in 1990. So anybody can donate. And to give you a few perspectives as to who can donate, the youngest donor recorded to date has been a 100-minute-old infant who had anencephaly, who would not survive, donated his kidney to an adult with renal failure. The oldest cornea donor has been a Scottish person, 107 years old, and who donated his cornea to another person. An altruistic organ transplant donor in 2014, 85-year-old, donated his kidney to someone he did not know, after having known through one of these awareness programs that organ transplantation is something that we must promote. So I have lived my medical life in SCIMS, and we in SCIMS have the distinction in the state of having been the first transplant initiator in the state, and the person who has been in the forefront for these organ transplantations, primarily kidney, is on your days Dr. Salim Wani. And I am very pleased to announce that we have conducted more than 550 transplants over the past many years. And that is a credit to my urology team, ably supported by the nephrology team, which is currently headed by Professor Muhammad Ashraf Bhat. So it's with a lot of satisfaction that we have noted that other institutions in the UT, be it GMC Srinagar and GMC Jammu, they have also started their transplantation, and as and when required, they take support, lab support or consultation support from our transplant experienced people. And I'm glad that these institutions are now pouring into transplantation, and we can give so many organs. We are planning to start a transplant. We are doing bone marrow transplantations, and that is going on as an active program in SCIMS. Liver transplantation is on the anvil. We are certainly going forward for other organ transplantations, and live transplant is the norm in the country as of now. And a live person can donate many organs, though cadaveric transplant is the one that is more important across the world, and that is something we are forwarding towards. Dr. Salim is actively pursuing cadaveric transplant, and whatever logistic requirements are going to be needed for that, he is actively pursuing, and we would be hopefully initiating organ transplants in the cadaveric organ transplant soon. Spain is the country which has the highest number of organ donors. We don't have a very high number of organ donors, and organ shortage as a result is a problem. But nonetheless, there are some real silver linings. And once I came onto the social media, all across the country, you will see wives or females of the family donating organs for their male members or male spouses. This is probably one of the only states or UTs where husbands come forward for donating kidney for their wives, and that is a healthy trend. We have everybody here. I mean, I'm chair of the authorization committee. We have Dr. Ashraf here, we have Dr. Salim here. This is a trend which is healthy, and we have Dr. Masood, who is also a member of the authorization committee. This is a trend that we have noted with a lot of satisfaction, and that is something that should catch up. This program is primarily aimed at sensitizing you all, especially the youngsters, that organ donation is safe, till we have a mechanism of cadaveric transplant, live transplantations have got to be fostered. And there's only one country in the world where you have paid donation, paid organs which are, the program is on payment, that is Iran. And theirs is the only transplantation program that doesn't have a great wait list. But that said, I would end by the statement on the painting that they gave to me, that one child who is receiving blood, can I see it? This is the plaque that I got. It is a child receiving blood, and he says the greatest hero I knew was the organ donor who saved my life. So be a hero and be an organ donor. Thank you very much.
It is always a pleasure to attend any seminar or workshop which is related to the sciences, and when it is medical sciences, it is probably the blessing is for all. In fact, I congratulate Dr. Manzoor for holding this workshop at University of Kashmir in collaboration with Dept. of Home Science, and he has roped in Department of Systems and medical colleges. All medical college principals are here, and probably Commissioner Secretary JKST is also joining us. So it will be an opportunity to discuss and deliberate on the organ and tissue transplantation. There are certain myths, there are rather a lot of myths in organ transplantation, and hopefully the 2-1-day deliberation on this workshop will dispel the myths, particularly whether those are the medical myths, whether those are the religious certain issues. I hope that all things are deliberated, and it is a noble cause to donate. We always say, but when it comes to the donation, slightly we hesitate. And probably there are certain myths, particularly when we say the time of donation, the age of donation, whether it is the health of the organ or whether it is the health of the human being. These are the myths what probably will be discussed in a one-day workshop. On behalf of university, that we are trying to come up to the societal expectations particularly at the Valley of Kashmir, though we try to make our mark at the national and international level. Inshallah, we will make it. But at the university, at the Valley particularly, we try to make a niche, and inshallah, we will succeed in it. I am always telling that because University of Kashmir has a strategic location where we have on one side the Sher Kashmir University of Agriculture Sciences, we have at the stones through our Sikkims, we have our SMHS very neighbor, we have NIT, and we have now Central University also very near to us. So if we all collaborate and work together, inshallah, we will make a mark in the academic and research map of the Valley of Kashmir particularly. And under the leadership of our Honorable Vice Chancellor and other directioners, we are coming up with a central facility in University of Kashmir, research central facility, particularly in the sciences. We have developed a research lab where we have procured high-end equipment. We have just procured some equipment which is known by the name of mass pack, which has costed us 8 crore rupees, one single equipment. We have procured other equipment, confocal microscope, which costed us almost 1.5 crore. Some nitrogen plant also. So we are trying to, under the leadership of Honorable Vice Chancellor, we are trying to create such type of centralized facilities where we can work together, where we can work in collaboration, so that we can, particularly what is the dream of my Honorable Vice Chancellor, that she wants that we should work for the issues which are confronted by the society at large in Valley of Kashmir. And we pray that it is of course a service also to the humanity, and I wish that we will succeed in it.
The Shahri Kashmir Institute of Medical Sciences have been at the forefront of doing the transplantations. We have more than 500 transplants done so far. Unfortunately, the It is the necessity, unfortunate necessity, that we take organs from a living normal donor. That's a very unfortunate necessity because there is a huge gap between the supply and the demand. If we see the picture world over, it is same as is in India. We have more than 1,40,000 end-stage renal disease patients who are awaiting transplants. And only 4,000 odd transplants are done in India, mostly the live or unrelated transplants. These all transplantations are happening under a legal framework, that is the Organ Transplantation Act, which was enacted in 1994, and then it was immediately enacted in Jammu and Kashmir that time, and we started our transplant journey in 1999. We had our initial hiccups. We have now gone a long way ahead, and we are doing transplants, and I think tomorrow we have a transplant. We do one transplant in a week because we cannot do more than that because we have the infrastructure problems. And though manpower, we have produced a lot of manpower. My department produces 4 trained transplant surgeons every year, and they come from NEET SS. I have 12 transplant surgeons working under me at this point of time. So the infrastructure is not a problem. Manpower is not the problem. The infrastructure is a problem. We need to, and that I will be deliberating in my talk. What are the issues and what are the challenges? What is the way forward? We'll be discussing that. So coming to back to this, how the government of India has worked on it. The National Organ Tissue Transplantation Organization, then ROTOS and the SOTO. We have the nodal officer here, which was enacted which was given to Jammu in 2019. So they are actively working. What is their work? Their work is basically to aware the people. I remember about the religion. We had a program in 2014 in our institute. We have been doing these programs regularly, and we will be collaborating with the Kashmir University and other departments in future also through SOTO for the awareness of this. The religions, all the religions in the world permit the organ transplantation. We had the speakers from all the religions, Sikhs, Hindus, various factions of the Muslims in JKST Medical Sciences in 2014, and they all unanimously said that transplantation is permitted in all the religions. So we need to clear this myth of the religion. And I have told the SOTO authorities and NOTO authorities also that if we want to actually go to the masses, me going to the masses and giving them technical talks, or Dr. Ilyas Sharma going there in the capacity of nodal officer is not going to make difference. I think the religious scholars we should carry to those schools, to those colleges, to those universities, and give the message that the first and foremost hurdle is the religion. Then comes the opt-in and opt-out options, and the legal framework is there already. And unless and until we popularize the brain stem death, this program will not go forward. Where do we need to popularize it? First among us the medical fraternity. First among us this elite. Then we can go to the masses. We have to tell them that there are every day around 80,000 brain dead patients lying in the ICUs of the country. And this one brain dead patient, because of cerebrovascular accident or road traffic accident or the other problems, is not going to live. He is on ventilator only. He is a vegetative life. And this person can save 8 to 9 lives. This message has to be carried to the people, and the aims of these awareness programs is to basically make the community aware. And I'm thankful to the organizers for providing us, inviting us to this place, and in future you will be seeing more and more such programs, and JKST Institute of Medical Sciences has always taken a lead in that, and we will be doing it again and again, and with the able administrators like Professor Parvez School, who has always been at our back. And I wish the only unfulfilled agenda at this point of time in my life is that the deceased donor program in Jammu and Kashmir.
I just want to be very brief in my message. I will give you just a very, very common, basic kind of, situation. In a family, for example, there is the one person who has due to some reason, lost both of his kidneys and he is in renal failure. Okay? And unfortunately, in his family, he does not have any suitable donor, means his parents are old, he does not have his brothers or sisters who can donate. So he is at the mercy of God, just waiting to die. I'll give you another scenario. An unfortunate person who meets a road traffic accident somewhere is immediately rushed to the ICU department of SKIM Saura or GMC Srinagar. At that moment when he reaches there, his heart is still beating, but his brain is dead. That means he has lost the capacity to breathe and regain consciousness. So for all practical purposes, he cannot be brought back to life. But his heart is beating, all his other organs like kidney, liver, intestine, pancreas, and various other organs which I'll be talking about, they are functioning, they are healthy. And most of the people who are involved in these accidents are very young. And the next scenario you see is after that patient is taken off from the ventilator, his heart stops beating, he dies. And those precious organs which are creations of God are either buried or burned. So you can imagine what a loss. Don't you think it is a loss? So the purpose of holding this conference or workshop is to just share amongst you what actually is cadaver organ donation or disease organ donation. Unless you people understand what it is and the initiative comes from society, of course there are loopholes on our side, on the healthcare sector. There are, as sir told, there are infrastructural programs, trained manpower is not there. We are trying to fill those gaps. But most importantly, if the society at large does not realize the importance of this brainstem death, this program will not take off. And I will request you, in the end, don't bury or burn these organs. Just pledge your organs before you die, so that you can give a lease of life for somebody who needs it, and your organs thereby will live forever. Thank you so much.